All right, let's go ahead and get to the number 3 class, and that was Georgia. They had 20 commits, 15 ESPN 300 commits, 4 3-stars, 15 4-stars, and a 1 5-star, according to ESPN. They get their 11th straight top 10 class after keeping ESPN 300 in-state quarterback Brock Vandegrift. He's the number 6 pocket passing quarterback, keeping him close to home. That was big. Who I think that, if I remember correctly, that decision was helped greatly by his grandmother, because I believe he was committed to Oklahoma, if I'm not mistaken, or some school out there. I think it was Oklahoma. And his grandmother commented at like Thanksgiving or something like that, just how much, how hard it was going to be with him being gone from home and stuff like that. And like, apparently that just...
She guilt tripped him.
I don't know if that was it, or if he was just,
it was Southern grandma guilt tripping.
Yep. And it was Oklahoma, Wes.
Okay, you have to verify that story, but I'm pretty sure that's how it went down. Basically, Grandma
Riley
talked him into...
not a fan of that grandmother.
Yeah, to staying. So Georgia fans, we're happy he stayed. We'll see how that works out. I'll kind of get to that a little bit in a second, but and then we had ESPN 300 Lavoisier Carroll, his number 16 athlete, should be a good offensive weapon. As with his ability as a runner and good ball skills as a receiving target. Let's see. Oh, yes. So after Georgia had a strong O-line class for 2020, we're adding more talent to that unit with several more ESPN 300 pickups, including Michael Morris, number 10 offensive tackle, Dylan Fairchild, number 14 offensive tackle. 3-star wide receiver Jackson Meeks is going to be somebody to watch, and we'll see how he kind of works out. He's kind of under the radar at the moment. On defense, keep an eye on ESPN 300 safety David Daniel. He's the number 2 safety. Well, obviously one of the nation's best, just looking at that. And then ESPN 300 cornerback Nyland Green, the number 7 cornerback. In-state ESPN 300 inside linebacker Chaz Chambliss, the number 6 inside linebacker, starred at the Under Armour Ray Lewis's RL 52 camp prior to his junior season. Then Georgia went to South Carolina to land ESPN 300 defensive end Tyrion Ingram Dawkins, the number 17 defensive tackle, and to Alabama for 4-star cornerback Kamari Lassiter, who is the number 24 cornerback. Then we've got ESPN 300 athlete / linebacker Xavion Sori, the number 3 athlete. He was a big win out of Florida, so we'll see how that works out. Now, we got a couple of positions to watch. Obviously, quarterback being one. We just talked about Vandegrift coming. But JT Daniels is still around. So, again, we could have ourselves another quarterback decision for Kirby Smart.
How tired are you of saying that?
Wes wants a 4-year starter quarterback. He doesn't want this controversy.
How tired are you of just being like, we have a quarterback?
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what the ideal scenario is for me, which inevitably it won't work out this way. However, JT Daniels wins out the starting position this year. And then Vandegrift, it's his first season. Maybe he's even able to redshirt. Who knows? I don't know what kind of playing time he would get if he doesn't win the position. I say that's ideal because I think if Vandegrift just beats him outright, I think JT Daniels is gone. And then, because he's going to want to play, and he's good enough to play someplace.
Absolutely.
So we'll see what happens with that. I hope that's how it works out. If not, at the end of the day, even if Vandegrift starts, I guess to me that tells me that he's even better than JT, who I thought was very good for us and has a high ceiling for us as well. And we saw him even get better, I felt, as the season went on. So we'll see how that works out. And then another position to watch is running back for Georgia. We got 6 good running backs back there in the backfield: James Cook, Zamir White, Kenny McIntosh, Kendall Milton, and Dejon Edwards. And then we had the recruit Lavoisier Carroll, as I mentioned earlier. So we'll see how that goes. Keeping those guys happy, is going to be tough because getting carries for 6 guys in the backfield is going to be tough. So we'll see how that works out as well. So, yeah, I mean, so here's my deal with Georgia classes. I mean, we recruit highly almost every year. So to me, that's not like I'm not going to get like super excited because it's not, as we said, with so many other teams, it's not just who you get, it's development and how everything works out and the decisions made down the road with that talent. So apparently a lot of people are touting Georgia as one of the favorites, definitely the favorite in the East this year. I don't know if they expect it to be a cakewalk, but certainly probably less difficult than it was last year with, Florida looking to be a little bit down at least. So, but again, I hear all that, but I hear that all the time of, Georgia's going to be great. And I like hearing that as a Georgia fan, don't get me wrong, but until I see, rock solid evidence of, hey, it's going to work out this way, I'm going to, hold out judgment. So, Matt, let's start with you this time.
Wes is the tempered Georgia fan. He is the exception, not the rule. When it comes
absolutely,
to
it's our year.
Operate. It's been every year.
Well, I just
exactly.
No matter who I'm pulling for, I'm not just going to be, up in somebody's face about, oh yeah, we're going to be awesome this year, because I mean, truthfully, you don't know that. Number one, there's tons of things that could happen. There could be injury. There could be all kinds of different stuff. I'm always going to have those tempered expectations. Number one, because I think that's just how you should be. And then number two, I'm a weathered, experienced Georgia fan, and I know what can happen. So,
yes, you do.
So anyway, yeah, Matt, let's start with you. What are your thoughts on this class in general?
Well, I mean, why do I keep saying Tennessee? Tennessee is not anywhere near the top of this list. So when we're talking about Georgia, Kirby Smart's always been a good recruiter. There are some aspects that I won't bug Wes when I bring up, like, win-loss records and
bring it on, man. Put it on the show.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. It's not worth it.
We've done it.
No, it's okay. We've hit that.
It really doesn't bother me, honestly. And hey,
okay,
it's all good. So,
well, anyway, with Mark Richt version 2.0 in the mix.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. We know he can recruit, just like Mark Richt did. We know that he's going to bring in these solid recruits from other states and other places, and he's doing that. And the question is how are they going to develop? And well, we've seen that they develop kind of mediocre. Whatever. I'm just kidding. I'm doing that just to annoy Wes. But again, this is solid signing class out of Georgia. The Vandegrift story is interesting because I looked up where Bogart, Georgia is, because that's where he's from. And Bogart, Georgia is in Clark County, which is where Athens is. I don't know how in the world Oklahoma managed to get that far out in front when UGA is literally like 3 blocks from your house.
Lincoln Riley quarterbacks. Think about it. UGA quarterback versus a Lincoln Riley quarterback.
I guess I could see your point there. But yeah, so this is a solid
versus grandmas.
That's it.
Versus grandmas.
Thank you, Grandma.
Apparently. Yeah, Lincoln Riley can't compete with a grandmother.
No one can.
You can't. It's not possible.
Apparently. So, and again, Georgia's locked down the state. 11 of their recruits coming from in-state. Georgia's another, like Florida, Louisiana, Texas, another state that's filled with talent, and they've locked it down again, not letting a lot of it get out of the state. So, Georgia's gonna Georgia, to use a Bama phrase.
We're not there yet. So
we're not there yet. We're about to be.
Jesse, what are your thoughts?
At that point, I may have to go get some water.
I mean, Georgia is doing exactly what they've done every year for the past couple years, and it's good. They recruit well. You expect them to have, a posse of running backs that are gonna be good. They'll go to the NFL. They might not be like crazy in the NFL, but they'll do well. The thing about Georgia, and I was trying to think of like the best analogy for Georgia, is the Georgia team overall, like all of the pieces on offense and defense, special teams, whatever. That's your outfit. You got a good style. You got a good outfit. You're rocking it. You're feeling good. You need the right shoes. going to set it off. It's going to bring together the whole ensemble. That's your quarterback. Your quarterback is your shoes. And you guys keep switching shoes because you haven't found the right one that sets the outfit off. And
Jesse,
I'm
are we
just
really
waiting
doing
for this to happen because you guys have not had your Cinderella moment and you keep just cycling through quarterbacks. And at this point, every time someone says a quarterback name for Georgia, I'm like, okay, what is he going to do anything? And I think that's probably how Georgia fans are. And then it's also like, at the same time, Georgia fans don't really, they have this hype around them. But then once the quarterback gets there and they do like one thing wrong, they're like, oh, he's not our guy either. And then they kind of get down on him. And then the kid's like, I'm going to leave. It's a very interesting thing to watch as an outsider.
Jesse is not pulling any punches talking about Georgia fans tonight, is she?
Well,
No.
our shoes last year for the first half of the season were a little too small. So,
Too small shoes.
Like,
and
like
those don't fit right.
literally.
They weren't. They just don't fit right. Then you got a pair that's okay. But does it pull together the whole outfit? Maybe not, but it might pull together someone else's.
Yeah, it would have been interesting to see a full season with JT Daniels, but again, JT Daniels wasn't healthy, and so we can call anything to question that we want to, but
those shoes were at the cobbler.
Like I said,
what are we in 17th century Germany? I mean, what are we even doing?
Cobblers are still real. They're
cobblers,
still real.
Where are you going to find a cobbler?
Oh my God, you can Google them. They're everywhere.
They do exist.
They do exist. To them.
But that is, I think of like you said, Matt, I think of old school when I hear that. Like, I say, go down to the cobbler.
Yes, quite. Yes, go to the cobbler, get yourself a pair of shoes. I don't know what that
Y'all need to go to the cobbler.
Oh, thank God Almighty help us.
Anyway, yeah, so that was a interesting analogy for JT Daniels. He arrived in a boot last year.
I don't know what other
for the shoes.
Analogy I could have come up with. I tried.
It works. But yeah, he arrived in a boot last year.
I've got racehorses. I've got shoes.
There you go. So what other buzzwords from other stuff can we use? But I don't know. So like you said, we'll see what happens with that. I hopefully the ideal situation is that JT finishes out with us, and then we have Vandegrift kind of maybe even be the guy for the next 4 years. But I think
get his grandma to talk to JT.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, JT, don't you want to go back home to your grandmother?
maybe
she probably misses you.
She needs a coaching position.
Yeah, she needs a Georgia polo, and they just need to send her to like the next running back you need. Be like, don't you want to stay here a little closer to home, Jimmy? Like I just.
That's right.
I don't see how this is going to end poorly.
Think of your poor mother. So, but anyway,
she's the UGA Nana.
That's it.
I could die anytime, and then you'd have to fly all the way back here for the funeral.
Can we just name this episode like UGA Nana?
UGA Nana.
UGA Gam Gam.
I love it.